Greetings, sir. How can I exploit you today?
I'm looking for a copy of the Dominators.
We've got Naked Naughty Nymons from RZ Filth Farm, or two Crotons, one Dinotrope.
No, 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 I especially want the Dominators.
Sorry, we don't supply that kind of special interest material. Through the beaded curtain, past the Gibsons. Hello, sir. What can I do for you?
Hello, I'm looking for a copy of Paradise and Chains.
You disgust me.
Deputy Stavros, though?
Time Ram!
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. This is Time Ram, the Doctor Who podcast that takes a randomly selected doctor and rams him or her into a randomly selected story. We're now on our third year of doing this, which is pretty amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm Paul Ferry.
And we've got
joining
so
me-
much still to go. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. I'm Paul Ferry, and joining me in the studio today, I will keep saying the studio, even though we're not in the studio. But joining me in this, it's kind of a studio, is Barry Williams
Hello.
and Rupert Booth.
I am not a studio. I am a free man.
Yeah, it suddenly occurred to me that yes, by the time this goes out, this will be our third year of doing this.
Yeah. Just about, yeah.
Wow.
It's going out, I think, slightly before Christmas, but yeah.
2020, wasn't it?
2020 we started.
Those
Yeah.
heady days of 2020 when we're all just wandering the streets going,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do now. Yeah.
When did we start recording? It must have been 21. So we were streaming about August 20.
Yeah. It
Right.
went out in January, I think.
Went out in January. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So this will be going out in January, so it'll be kind of
Well,
heading up to our
late
third
December.
year.
It'll be kind of similar.
Similar.
Yes,
Yeah, but
Good.
we've done 50 now. Well, almost 50 because we don't count the specials. But
We have become men.
so
Mhm.
that's
Let's just
like
look at us.
Podcast,
that's a
yeah.
sixth, isn't it? That's a sixth of the entire series.
A sixth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
3 years and we've got a sixth.
yeah,
We
Yeah.
need to stop making Doctor Who for a bit.
yeah.
It kind of did.
But now they're making
Yeah,
more.
I suppose
the
we're on catch up
bastards.
here. Yeah. We made our own Doctor Who in that time. We wasted our time.
I got a thing come up on my feed today to say Power of the Doctor came out a year ago. And I'm like, bloody
Yeah, I
hell,
saw that.
a year
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
no Doctor Who at all.
Yeah, so this episode we're doing one that actually sounds quite promising after several dreadful prospects in a row. We've now got the Dominators, starring Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah, because the Dominators is so great. Yay.
Yeah, but I mean, you can
I'll
imagine
defend
it. Yeah,
I'm going to defend it. I don't think it's as bad as people make out.
it's
You-
got Zoe in it, so it's okay in my book.
You like all the
Thank you.
60s stories though, don't you?
Yes.
What is your
obviously, I
least
do.
favourite? What is your least favourite Patrick Chan?
Troughton. Oh, God. I mean, if you said 60 story, easily I go The Celestial Toymaker.
Mm.
Because it's
Better,
shite.
yeah.
Troughton. Oh, dear. Least favourite Troughton. Don't have one. They're all brilliant.
Wow.
Yeah. They've all got Patrick Troughton in them.
He's good value. Yeah. I'll give you
Yes,
that. Yeah.
It is. And we're seeing him at his worst in season 6 as well, I think. This is the season where he's knackered.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just done 2 years, full 2 years
Yeah.
of working
Yeah.
on Doctor Who week in, week out, basically. And his 3 families and everything, it's going to take its toll.
Particularly at this point,
But it's still brilliant.
It's still at the back of the 5th production block. Still got about another 10 weeks to
Yes,
go.
it is. It's just after Wheel in Space,
Yeah, so he's just running on fumes.
Developed this habit, I think, laid down by Verity of getting one banked, and it seems like a very good idea. Because normally it seems like within about 3 weeks of transmission, they're suddenly recording about 1 episode ahead of transmission, 1 week ahead of transmission. Don't know how that happened.
Well, at least he's still taking less holidays than Hartnell. So.
True.
Yeah.
I want a T-shirt with "I take less holidays than Hartnell."
I think we've all got less holidays than Hartnell.
Yeah. We're all lesser stars than Hartnell, though.
Yeah.
Talking of stars, I went to a convention the other weekend. I went to a WinterCon in Eastbourne.
Ooh.
And I got to meet...
They celebrate snow.
Yeah.
Celebrate con stuff. I don't know, just con. WinterCon. Of course, it's called WinterCon.
Yeah.
And Sir Colin of Baker was there.
How is he?
He's very well. Yeah. Haven't seen him for a long, long time. He's 80 now. Can you believe it? But yeah, he was able.
He seems to be doing a crazy amount of conventions at the moment. Every time I see an advert for one, in SFX or somewhere, he's always there.
He was there. Chris Barry was there as well. They were both lovely. So it was very pleasant.
It must be said, if I'd ever played the Doctor or some role like that in a science fiction thing, I'd be doing conventions forever as well.
Yes.
I wouldn't work. Yeah. I'd turn up, sign my name, go away.
It's a good gig. I mean, he's there for the day, and he's signing pictures of himself, which you're paying like 20 quid for or whatever, and it's it's good business. So
I'd totally do that.
Have you noticed how much easier it is to get the big names now that they are kind of charging for their autographs?
Oh, there's big money, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine Hartnell at conventions. It'd be terrible though, because you'd have walked on and gone, my God, there are loads of, how to put this, non-white people in the audience. That's not what he'd have said, but that would be the gist of what he'd say, and he'd get cancelled immediately. And then go off and one
that man over there is a homosexual. Get him out of
there. That sort of thing. Yes, I suspect this interviewer might have Jewish connections.
How dare you, sir? I'm 104.
More than that, wouldn't he?
How old are we?
Oh yeah, you would. I'm thinking of.
No,
I was thinking 1919, but I think that was Pertwee and Troughton were both born in 1919. I think he was born about 1907, so he'd be.
He was born in 1908. I don't know how.
1908.
But yeah, Pertwee was born in 1919 and Troughton in 1907.
Yeah.
Why do I know this?
Yeah, the 1919 was stuck in my head, but I was thinking it was Hartnell.
I didn't know any of that, but I could tell you the composition of the macro, so
probably from Doctor Who Weekly, from those.
Probably, yeah.
Those things of the Doctor.
From the star profile things.
Yeah, star profile. Information from Doctor Who Weekly is more embedded in my head than in what I read in the last issue of Doctor Who magazine.
The trouble is, information from Doctor Who Weekly is frequently extremely and just completely not true in many cases.
It still supplants any new information that we might have. It's still that's lodged there.
No, I'm sorry. It was in Doctor Who Weekly.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think you'll find.
And it must be said, are any comic strips from non-Doctor Who Weekly being adapted into upcoming episodes? I think not.
I think you'll find not. Yeah.
So clearly, EWW wins.
Yeah, it's funny how none of the TV comic strips got adapted in that.
No, John and Julian, haven't seen them yet.
No.
Where are me Trods, man?
Yeah. That's still a Zebedee.
It does actually sound really Geordie, doesn't it? Where's me Trods, man? Where's me Trods? Where's me Trods? You make me Trods again? Yeah, fucking shame.
Go ahead, time round.
We open with a fleet of spaceships in space.
Yeah.
Because they're spaceships.
Yeah.
Which was quite a nice little model shot, I guess, for 1968.
Complicated opening to the episode, technically.
Yeah.
You've got a model shot followed by a glass shot over a location shot, followed by another model shot.
Yeah.
And finally you're in the studio.
Yeah, they kind of go.
Word is uttered.
Yeah. Yeah, this Dominator spaceship splits away from the fleet and lands on the planet, and it's all very
And
nice.
it's not a bad landing. I think it's quite a nice model shot for the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's vastly better than it's much better than the Dalek saucer going wobble wobble and things like that.
Yeah.
Things have moved on.
Yeah, I think it's a quite impressive opening.
Yeah.
That's what you get. You got the visual effects unit you working on Doctor Who now. I suppose Hartnell didn't have them. I suppose that's the difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Hartnell did have them technically. If you want to get pedantic about it, they did the effects for An Earthly Child.
Okay.
Sorry, I said An Earthly Child.
What story is that? I've never heard of that one.
No, I'm going to get killed by Steph Coburn now.
You're going to get cancelled by Steph Coburn.
Oh no, I owe him money for existing.
You owe Putin money.
Dan, do you watch it, Ferry, or I'll get your energy sucked via football stadiums? You don't want football suck. You do not.
So as we're translating this into the Christopher Eccleston era, so it's going to be CG presumably.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems to me, it'll be more like the opening of Aliens of London.
Yeah, it'll be quite spectacular.
Like that, yeah. Ship going over, type things like that,
mm-hmm.
And then landing.
Yes,
and then out they come.
Out they come.
Yeah.
And this is the moment I immediately love the story. I just love Rhaego and Toba. I love the way they're incredibly entertaining.
Rhaego and Toba stride out in front of their ship and basically
stride out and then stand at opposite ends of the set to each other and have a shout for a bit. Because we all do that when we meet up. Whenever we meet up, whenever I see Baz, I always walk to the opposite end of the room and shout at him in the back to him. That's what I do. Yeah. My way.
Yeah, and we don't look at each other. No, we kind of
no.
Yeah. That's why we
gaze off giddily into the middle distance. And it's incredibly stagey, incredibly camp, and I just love it.
Yeah.
And they've got their shoulders on. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, those shoulders are something else, aren't they? They kind of
it just makes them look so miserable.
Fantastic.
I know it's making them look powerful and so on, but the trouble is because the shoulders are on this slope like that, it makes them look defeated and miserable, like they're kind of live action versions of Murray Butch Stansinger. I think Rhaego's just kind of had a look at his matchbox and there's nothing in there, and he's sad, and so he storms out in a huff.
So he got up and went home.
If that big square shoulders coming out like that's aggressive and muscular and powerful, but they've got slopey shoulders.
They're quite
sort
of sad shoulders. Yeah,
they're not dominating. The word go, they're not dominating. It's kind of like unhappy Rhaego. Is it Rhaego? It's Rhago, isn't it? It's Rhago.
Rhago.
Yeah.
I wonder if one of them would be played by a woman in this version, and I'm not going to suggest she's called the Dominatrix, but
hey,
we're all thinking it.
Yeah, we were all thinking it, obviously, but I wonder if one of them would be.
Obviously nowadays you'd think about doing that if it was. I mean, I was going to say if it was in the RTD era. Of course it is. It's Christopher Eccleston. We've got one season. Then totally, why not just lean into it?
Yeah, because apart from Zoe, there's only one woman in it, isn't there? So there's two, but one gets killed almost.
There's two, but one gets killed immediately. Yeah. So I don't know. I'd say let's make it the Dominatrices.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. Helen Mirren and Miriam Margolyes.
Right. Well, that's spoiled any fantasies about that.
Helen Mirren.
Meep, fucking meep.
Unless we've got any more original casting in mind, I don't know.
What's been going so far? I dread to think. Well, this is who? Trini and Susanna,
Joanna Lumley, and Helen Mirren.
I mean, obviously that's killer. That's great.
So who's playing Rhago? Was it Rhago?
Rhago. Yeah. Well, that'll be Helen, won't it?
Helen as Rhago, and Toba is.
It should be someone younger as Toba, though. It should be because I think a lot of people lazily talk about the Dominators as being about hippie culture and so on, and basically being a retread of the whole Fowles thing. Pacifism is wrong. Say writers who've grown up during the Second World War.
Yeah,
I get it. I think it's much more interesting, but and they're very much the overall message as it's seen of the Dominators is that pacifism is wrong, and being that laid back that you just let enemies walk all over you and all that sort of bit, blah, 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 blah. Great. Okay, we get that.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at the central relationship in it, which is Rago and Toba, then isn't that about youth constantly challenging age and authority? I mean, constantly?
Yeah.
Cully's doing that as well, isn't he? He's constantly
Cully's doing it as well. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In fact, the only people you have in it where age and authority are united with the youth is the Doctor and the TARDIS team.
Although Cully, we're constantly told he's a youth, but he looks about 40.
He's not very. I know he's not. No.
Yeah.
He's going to be someone younger in this.
Yeah.
He's going to be. Yeah. He's going to be
it's a shame because I was thinking of Jason Watkins, who's even less than a youth.
Jason Watkins.
Jason Watkins is the guy who was in Nightmare on Silver.
He's in W1A and stuff like that.
Right. Now, it was someone like Adam in the Eccleston season.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Young, sexy, blah 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 blah. It'll be someone like that.
It will be. It'll be a soap actor of some description.
Yeah. And all the other ones, Warhead and that lot, will be which is the best name in Doctor Who. Warhead. It's a real name. It's a real name. Well, in Morocco, I've got a friend in Morocco called Abdullah Warhead.
Right.
And yes, whenever I was sitting playing dominoes with him of an evening, I was thinking, you're named after someone from the Dominators. How can I possibly explain that to you? Don't explain it. Carry on playing dominoes.
So who's playing Toba? I'm not quite sure we got to the bottom of that. Who's?
It'll be someone younger. Someone younger.
Someone younger. Who can we think of? Who's younger?
Billy Piper. Oh no, she'll be in it.
That Welsh actress that's in Day of the Doctor. What's her name?
Joanne Page.
Joanne Page.
I really don't know any young actors.
I
haven't got a clue. She's not living that much of a 1970s cave, it seems. I have no idea. No idea. Cast Cully as who the fuck you want. Within fucking reason. The fuck.
Okay, so we'll establish that they land on this island, which used to be highly radioactive, but the radiation's been absorbed. It's implied it's been absorbed by their spaceship. So their motives are pretty clear from day one. They want slaves.
Well, let's be honest. It's not implied. He stands out there and goes, "Has the local radiation been absorbed?" Yes. All right. Cheers.
Yeah. I
mean, it's explicit, but we need more. Do we? Right. Thank you, the Dominators. You've just made your mission completely clear to us.
Except there's the next 3 episodes, everyone's going, I wonder why they're here. I wonder what happened to the radiation.
Yeah.
It's kind of,
it's I do find that opening bit with them very, very clunky. Because it is just going, we're here, we are these people, these are our names, we're here to do this, and we've got these.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have Toba played by that guy who was Brother Damo in Father Ted, Have you absorbed the radiation? Yes, Mum. God.
Well, would it be male or female? If we're doing the Dominatrices, are they both?
Well, I would just say the female actress who could do that.
I'd be inclined to keep them both the same gender because they are in the Dominators.
Yeah.
It's to work.
Anyway, they want slaves and they want to drill. That's basically what they're there for.
They want them now.
Yep.
They want slaves and they want to drill.
They want to drill. No, they don't want to drill the slaves. They want to drill the planet.
All right.
So they're drilling the planet and the slaves. So,
because they're Dominators.
They got all of that.
Maybe when they get them back to like Dominar or wherever they come from, maybe they don't actually, because they've got loads of quarks. Presumably, they don't actually have the slaves to do anything. They just kind of you can have a nice life, everything is a nice house and all that sort of shit. Go wherever you want. Just you have to accept that we're in charge of you. That's because we're called Dominators. It's not our fault. We were just evolved like that.
Why do they need slaves? They've got quarks. Quarks can do anything they want for them,
Because the quarks but they explain this again in dialogue clunkily because the quarks' power reserves are low.
Well, give them some more power reserves. I mean, they can't be.
I just build better quarks, get better battery technology.
Better battery technology. Yeah,
they're running out of power all the time. The quarks
constantly. Yeah.
Maybe they've got really high-powered guns.
Mm-hmm.
I think their planet should be called the Domination Sphere. going back to the seventh sphere.
The most popular planet in the galaxy.
I think it'd be quite funny that they're terribly serious about it and they're taking the word incredibly literally.
Yeah.
And yet every time they're conversing with another race, they're going.
Yeah.
We're really leaning into we're really leaning into the BDSM angle here.
Yes.
Called the Dominators. Where else are we going to go?
Fair enough, yeah.
The podcast that leads into BDSM with quarks.
I bring you greetings from all Daleks.
Who's that terrible woman?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
You are disgusting.
Okay, so we meet Cully. Cully turns up with it. He's got 3 passengers, and they're moving around in
in
this
his floating lemon squeezer thing.
Yeah,
lemon squeezer thing,
I've got that written down as well. Lemon
Yes.
squeezer.
Well, that's what it is. Clearly, it's a lemon squeezer. Yeah, kind of moving through some mist, and that's meant to represent.
I have a
the
point
scene.
about the lemon squeezer to come up, but shortly.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
right.
I noticed something today for the first time that I have thought about for a while, and I've worked it out.
Oh.
Okay,
All right. I promise you, it'll be interesting. If you're into lemon squeezer design as used in the Doctor Who story, The Dominators.
am I?
Listener might be.
Yeah,
This is for listener. It's not for you.
fair enough. Yeah. So they're heading towards the Island of Death. I don't know if they named that before or after they tested like their radiation exploding atomic bombs on it.
Yeah, I'd assume after.
Yeah,
Having said
maybe.
that, it makes sense. If you've got an island of death, you're going to test and explode. Oh, do it on the island of death.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because,
it's already
you
called
know,
the Island of Death. Just crack on.
saves time.
Yeah.
Saves time.
Yeah. Can you imagine the people?
Don't use it on Gorgeous Flower Island right next door, though. Right? Don't get those two confused.
Can you imagine before they exploded the bomb, the people going, "Why does nobody want to come to our lovely holiday villa on the Island of Death?
What's it
Lovely
called?
here."
Everyone keeps going to the Island of Nice. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
Life Archipelago. I mean, fuck that. What have they got over there? We've got really realistic radiation scarred dummies here. I mean, really realistic. They look almost like real people.
So, as we established over and over again, their radiation warning hasn't gone off, and so they don't get any warning, and they crash. They crash on the island, and they all kind of stumble out, but there's no rads, so they're basically fine.
Yeah.
For a bit.
It's a terrible design ship that they don't realize they're there until the warning goes off.
Well, it's because there's no radiation. That normally the radiation warning.
But
So it's kind of they take away the
danger,
radiation.
stop the ship.
Even nowadays, we have cars that go beep 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 beep. beep. When you get close to something, you'd think his advanced space lemon could do that. But that's the Dulcians for you. Look at them. Look at the Dulcians. Look at what they're wearing.
With their space
Christ.
level.
Yeah. They haven't learned how to make clothes. They haven't learned how to make
I
lemon
do
squeeze.
think the Dulcians are among the worst costume design in all of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, God, yeah.
No one could
Yeah.
possibly look flattering in it.
No.
It's not practical.
No. It's not comfortable.
There's nothing good about those
Yeah.
costumes
No.
at all.
Yeah.
They've taken a curve.
Here's your
and they've
costume.
kind of
It's a
stapled it to
leotard and a
the
curtain.
leotard, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I get they're meant to be aggressively dull, but those costumes aren't aggressively dull. They're aggressively terrible.
Yes.
That's not dull.
And Zoe's keeps falling apart. I mean, just constantly.
Maybe that's what they used to do on the Island of Death, make clothes for all.
Yeah.
That's
Mm.
why it was called that.
Zoe's costumes are always falling apart. I don't know what the hell did she do to make her costumes fall off?
Move,
No,
think,
apart.
breathe,
It's just a really
Remote.
good series.
act, raise an arm. Fag end of the 60s, maybe everything was just, it was going towards the Apollo mission.
Yeah. You're saying the BBC were giving all their money to the Apollo mission.
I love the way it took you a moment to laugh at that as well. So you took it in, I'm like, yeah, that's what happened. Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
I just accept what you say now. I just oh, yeah.
It should be the exact opposite, that.
I would have learned.
We have met, right?
30 years, man. What am I thinking?
Dude. Thinks he's so clever just because he went to uni.
That's the exciting
nobody in the universe can do what we're doing.
As we say, Cully's ship crashes on this island.
Yeah.
So the passengers spot the
Oh my God, is that where we're at? Wow.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, literally less than 5 minutes in, including
That's right.
titles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to cram this in.
Well,
Yeah.
A bit like Eccleston, really. So yeah, the passengers spot this spaceship on the hill, and they go for help.
Yeah.
But Tober's there. He's got his quarks with him. He loves his quarks.
we don't see
Yeah.
them yet, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Quarks
We
of
see him at
history.
this point. That's true. Yeah. And he basically gets them to kill them. And Cully just sees these guys die.
Yeah.
I
There,
love
that pretty girl. Shoot her.
Yeah.
She's far too pretty.
I love that death. I think it's a great death. I love that.
Yeah.
And she's
Yeah.
gone. I wish they could have wanted to do that all the way through. It's kind of horrific.
Yeah, they're not in it for long, and then they get
Freaked me out.
expensively killed off. Yeah.
And I love that as well. I love the fact they bother bringing in a complete guest cast and kill them in the first 5 minutes. That's great.
Yeah.
That's expensive. And nice that they did it.
Yeah. And I suppose we should point out that in the Eccleston era, it's not really going to be a limit. I don't even going to have time for this in the Eccleston era.
We're not going to have this scene.
Yeah.
Or actually, yes, we are. We just cut the opening stuff of the ship coming down and landing, and is the local radiation absorbed? Yes, and all that sort of bit. We start with happy young people in their lemon squeezer going on an adventure who get brutally murdered. Title sequence.
Yes,
I think the lemon squeezer would be more like the sort of vehicle in Midnight, wouldn't it? It would be something like
that. It'd be something like that. Yeah.
Realistically, it's not going to be a lemon squeezer. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry, lemon squeezer.
I'm going to tell you the lemon squeezer story now, right?
Okay, go for it.
You know when it gets blown up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's always confused me because I've always thought this thing's a model, this thing's a model, this thing's a model, and it gets blown up, and the fire is really big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this time, I paused it. And basically, they built a kind of tent type structure that they then blew up full size. It's really cleverly intercut. It's really cleverly done that. So you go from a force perspective model with Cully in the foreground and the lemon squeezer model in the background. And then the next shot, which you don't have Cully in, is a completely different location with this tent on that you have to freeze frame. And it blows up. But you don't notice it. There's no disjoint there.
That's nice production. That is,
It's really technically very good.
Maurice Barry, isn't it? Yeah.
Maurice Barry. He knew
quite
his
well
stuff
with
in
his
that way, yeah.
Location model stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Terrible with actors by all accounts. Well, Fraser Hines. And Patrick Calvin. And Wendy Padbury. But apart from that.
Still chaps, yeah.
But yeah, it is, he was technically quite adept and quite keen to try stuff.
Yeah. A lot of this location work looks quite nice.
It does.
It doesn't match the studio at all, but it's quite nice.
I think, it seems like maybe he's a bit of a kind of Richard Martin in that way. Really happy when you've got a film camera and you can cut your scenes exactly as you want, and multiple angles, multiple takes. But then you get in the studio.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he handles Moonbase and Tomb well in the studio.
Yeah, they're quite atmospheric. Yeah, I think no one was terribly inspired on this one.
Moonbase and Tombwell sound like Victorian detectives.
Yes, they do.
Just saying.
Thank you, Doctor.
So Cully ship's blown up. He is decisively fucked. So this is the point where the TARDIS lands.
Yeah.
The Doctor and Rose.
Cully walks past it and it lands, and at no point does he turn around and go, "What's that strange noise?" He's feet away. It must be, unless he's suddenly broken into a really fast sprint. It's right behind him, and I think I might go, "What the fuck's that?"
He's been deafened by the sound of his ship exploding.
Maybe he's just he's going through lemon squeezer angst.
Yeah. He's got stuff in his life. He's got stuff.
He's got enough going on. Yeah, he doesn't.
He doesn't have to worry about.
No, I don't want to know. Don't want to know.
Yeah,
lemon squeezer's
gone.
Lemon squeezer's been
losing
blown
my
up.
hair.
I'm not happy.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to account to my dad, Senex.
Yeah, it's the Doctor. Well, I assume it's the Doctor and Rose.
It'll be the Doctor and Rose, won't it?
I guess it will be. Yeah.
Unless we're bringing Jack in, which we could, because that could be useful.
That could actually be useful, couldn't it? Yeah.
Actually could be useful in this,
I was going to veto Jack, and I thought about it and thought,
yeah, actually,
that's a good
because
idea.
Zoe and Jamie do have different things to do for once.
Yeah, they do actually get stuff to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Dr. Rose and Jack, hurrah.
Dr. Rose and Jack.
I was going to say, Mickey, but Mickey doesn't really travel in the TARDIS until Tennant's time, does he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could have the pretty boy in it. I mean, what's his name? Adam.
Adam.
Yeah.
Well, we've already cast Adam as Cully, haven't we?
We have cast him.
We've got a pretty boy, so yeah.
We don't need any more pretty boys.
And it'll be really, I mean, come on, putting Jack in the Dominators, he's going to, the moment he hears their name, he's just going to come and then faint. What he's going to do, Americanishly. In that order, too.
Yeah.
Which is the right order to do it in, I guess.
Okay, so they already know that they're on Dulcis.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Dulcis. Fantastic.
Dulcis, yeah. Well named planet.
Lovely people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible dress sense.
Terrible fashion sense, yeah.
30 odd years, it's going to happen.
Yeah. So they roam around until they find this ruined house, which has got I don't know why, it's got a sort of museum of weapons in there.
Yeah.
Just sitting there collecting dust.
I think this is largely going to be on location. I wonder if this is going to be a location as well, just to find a disused building.
Yeah.
Which they do a lot in Modern Who. They'll find a location.
Yeah.
But is it as inventive as building a set? Yes. On one hand, the set's in a studio, and obviously the studio and all that sort of thing. But it's a completely invented shape. It's space, it's got those wonderful hexagonal bricks in.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I like Barry Newbury as a designer. He's good. Are we going to end up in a kind of fairly ruined concrete ordinary building in Cardiff?
I think we probably are, to be fair.
Or some sort of deserted factory or something.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
They get much bigger. They're just wandering around.
I suspect it'll be something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they investigate these old weapons, and that's when some students come in radiation suits.
Mm-hmm. I do love the dummies. The dummies are quite grotesque, actually.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
But then when he pushes one over, it's so clearly a man keeping his eyes closed and going. It's just maybe they make really sophisticated dummies.
Really, really realistic dummies. Yeah.
That's one of the things the Dulcians are really good at.
Yeah.
So that's good. Well done, the Dulcians.
Surely they could have just gone down to the prop store and got a couple of mannequins.
My guess about this, watching it again today, my guess is that they wanted it at a glance to be realistic enough to convince the audience, as Zoe is convinced, so Zoe doesn't look stupid.
Yeah.
But
it's a difficult call. Yeah.
I'd have put them in dark, put them in a corner in some dark lighting. Dark lighting.
Dark lighting.
Can
we light this bit dark, please? Just like
yeah. Shut up. I caught it. I corrected myself.
Put the black on.
Stop him, Paul. I've got what I was saying. Never mind. Oh yeah, real dummies in a dark area.
Yes.
And show them again when you're doing single camera and you can light every shot and you can cut exactly as you want. You probably do that.
Yeah, it's going to be easier. Yeah.
But I do think they're quite grotesque the way the hair's all kind of burned off and there's sores everywhere. And they're not stinting on the kind of this is radiation horror, as they tended to do in the 60s.
Radiation horror inflicted on dummies, though. I mean, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, but they're illustrative dummies of radiation horror.
Yeah.
Like we all have. Don't you?
So they put these dummies there showing the horror, and then presumably they set off the atomic bomb, which irradiated everywhere. So they could kind of go,
It doesn't make much sense, does it? Yeah, let's build a museum on an irradiated place that you can't go to.
Yeah.
Actually, I've had a thought. What they might have done in the Eccleston era is, instead of having it being the museum, is have it being like one of those fake towns that they had in Arizona for the nuclear bomb
that'd be more
tests.
basement. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So they see a person and they think it's a person, and it's not. It's a
absolutely.
It's a grotesquely smiling dummy.
Bit like Living in Harmony.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, RDT would get some mileage out of that, definitely.
Yeah, we'll do that with the atmosphere in this whole bit. They're wandering around and so on. And then suddenly these three people in radiation suits.
Yes.
We don't need all the stuff with the laser gun because, I mean,
So yeah, these three people, they turn out to be students. Well, two of them are students. We've got Teal and Kando, and educator Balon.
Balan.
Balon.
Balan.
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 Balan. I always remember Balan because there's a bar restaurant thing in Soho called Banans that I used to go to from time to time, and every single time I went there, apart from going, it costs so fucking much, I'd think of Balan from the Dominators.
Was this bar named after him?
I doubt it.
It's unlikely.
I'd like to think so. It'd be great. I never asked the owner.
No.
I never thought to stop whatever I was doing there and go, could I summon the owner, please? Thank you. Is this bar named after the character from the Dominators?
But you'd just have the same Wahid problem again, wouldn't you? It's trying to explain.
And it's never good to have a Wahid problem.
The Wahid problem.
Wahid, man.
Like a spy thriller starring Michael Caine from the 60s.
Wahid problem. Who is Wahid? Does he meet the Doctor and his friends? Any harm? I'd watch a Wahid spin-off.
Yeah.
Better than Class. The Wahid Adventures.
Didn't he die?
Yeah, well, so, all right, Wahid deceased.
Okay. Wahid's post-death adventures.
Wahid deceased.
Only watching that. That's great.
Just moulders for a bit, you know.
London detective and the ghost of a dead Dulcian. Who'd have thought it?
Watch him solve crimes from beyond the grave.
Yeah. He's wonderfully sarcastic as well. Why he's one of the most interesting characters that he's dead in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, there's no radiation, Cully. Maybe this isn't your island. Oh, you really are desperately dull. Why he's great.
I'm so clever, I'm going to last to the end of the story.
Yeah.
Oh, please be quiet.
So these students explain that the island's been irradiated for 172 years. Also, we learn that they banned weapons a long time ago.
So we have the proof that they did the museum after exploding the radioactive stuff on the island of death. Dulcians are stupid.
I feel like maybe they built the museum and it got knocked down by the atomic. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
They're not sensible people. Look at how they're dressed. You know, we're going to just assume that they're idiots.
Yeah. So, this is where Cully turns up. He's avoided the Dominators so far. And he sort of basically tries to warn Balan that shit's going down. And this prompts the Doctor and Jack.
Yeah. Well, Cully says they're going to destroy the blue box.
That's right. Yeah, he says they're going to destroy the blue box. So they decided to check on the TARDIS.
Yeah. Lots of shots of Eccleston and Jack running across tunes.
Yeah. We're going to have to simplify the plot here, but yeah, they follow Quark tracks to this to their spaceship.
Are Quark tracks called quacks? I see. Fine. No, that's fine.
Have we seen the Quarks yet?
Oh, fine. That's I don't care anymore.
All right, fuse this. They follow the quacks.
No, don't humour me. It makes it worse. Well, you're going to carry that, quacks.
A long time. Yeah. So they're spotted. Basically, they're spotted by Toba, who, in his usual way, he's got some quarks with him. He wants to destroy. He wants to destroy.
And we see the quarks. So what the hell are the quarks? Let's talk about the quarks.
Yeah, okay.
I think the quarks are a really nice design. Because, although they're a bit silly, like many Doctor Who monsters, they're really easy to draw. You've got a rectangle, you've got a circle, and it's got spikes coming out of it. That's a quark. It's as distinctive as a Dalek. Really. So yeah, and I like the fact that we've got these really strange high-pitched voices that you can hardly understand. And I like the quarks.
Quite like the little windows that they've got that you can see the operators inside. It's quite
yes. But we couldn't in the VHS days.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But yeah. They were green, you know.
Oh. Are there any colour pictures? Because I always assumed they were green.
Yes, there are. There are colour pictures of the one surviving one from the Blackpool exhibition in the 70s.
All right. Because for some reason it was always in my head that they were green.
Because TV Comic had them as green.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And the TV Comic guy, I think it's been proven, was able to come and visit a studio session for the Dominators. So he actually coloured them completely correctly. There you go.
Yeah, I was thinking in the Eccleston era what they might have gone for, because they might not have gone for something that clunky.
They would not have designed it in the same way.
They might have made them kind of like the what they call the toclophane, the sphere things.
Yeah.
So it's basically like the Quark's head.
Yeah.
Exactly
the same thing. Or a floating sphere with spikes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what they do, wouldn't it?
I thought of that for a fan film in the late 90s. I was going to have a Dominator story. And I was going to have the Doctor destroying the Quark, and then the Quark's head just rose up and started flying around after him.
And there'd be no limit on numbers, so you could have sort of thousands of Quarks.
Absolutely.
Actually,
and they would.
Really threatening.
You know they would.
They would.
Thousands of Quarks for millions of cars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Commercial time.
They all say, who is Doctor Who?
This is Tim Trelaw.
This is David J. Howe.
I'm Peter Purvis.
I am Sadie Miller. This is Lauren Cornelius.
Larry, it's Fraser.
For all things in the Doctor Who collecting world and beyond, the Doctor Who Collectors Podcast. I'm Larry Van Mersbergen, your host, and I've been collecting for 42 years. You're listening to Time Ram on the Direction Point Podcast Network.
So, as we get used to, Vargo stops Toba from killing them. He wants some prisoners. So they get brought into the ship and glued to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay, we might have to change it. In the original version, the Dominators examine Jamie and they find him to be dumb, but could make a slave.
This would be a brilliant scene. Brilliant. Jack would be loving it. Jack's kind of going, okay, you're going to strap me to a table and probe me, Dominator?
If it's Jack, his clothes are coming off, basically.
Yeah. So he's just totally swanning around enjoying this, and that gives Eccleston time in the back. And all you have to do is they exchange a look, which says that Jack's going to go, right, I'm going to do this, you have a look around. And so the Doctor's quietly having a nose around, while Jack's drawing their attention with his pantomimic gaiety.
It's going to be the Trini and Susanna scene, basically. Isn't it? It's going to be that.
Yeah.
Yes. No, it's not, because he's not going to be naked. And he's not going to put a blaster in his bottom.
That's what I'm saying. He probably would get naked for it. That's what I was.
They're not going to require him to get naked.
Yeah, but it's any excuse with him, isn't it?
All right. You two want him naked, you go for it. That's fine.
I don't want him naked.
No, you clearly do.
Russell T Davies wants him naked.
No point denying it, Paul. Be true to yourself. It's all good.
So, probably Jack will shoot his way out of there, to be fair. But in the meantime, they're captured.
Well, we are going to have to cut quite a lot, aren't we?
We're going to cut quite a lot of plot here, yeah.
So it could be that, maybe they strip him naked and probe him, and then they find a blaster and he hoys it to the Doctor, who kind of grabs it between little fingers and just... and I don't know what happens next.
Jack says, can I have my clothes back? And I go, we have destroyed them. You will have to wear this protective suit. And they hand him like a kind of PVC outfit with zips and shit on, like a gimp suit, basically.
There's a lot coming out about
that. Is an official Dominator protective suit.
Shoulders a bit loose, so while that's all going on,
this is the day when Christopher Eccleston said, "I'm leaving. I'm quitting. I'm enough of this."
While this is probably the bit that will get cut, actually, but while that's going on, is Rose and Cully take a capsule to the Capitol where we meet the Guardian Council that are in session.
Yeah,
this is actually enormously cuttable because this bloody council never do a fucking thing.
I know that's the point, but the interest level does drop severely when you've got the Dulcians on screen rather than the Dominators, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really. The TARDIS crew are entertaining. The Dominators themselves are hugely entertaining. The Dulcians And I can't work out, did they cast to be dull? Did they direct them to be dull?
Yeah.
How can you direct an actor to be dull?
But they are, yeah.
The Thals aren't dull in the Daleks, for example. I don't know what went wrong with them. The Dulcians are just not great, are they?
Yeah.
Well,
until Brian Cant turns up.
Well,
they have.
But Brian Cant doesn't do anything. I mean, the Thals have got an agenda, and they got what they want. They need stuff, and
they get on with stuff as soon as Ian's kind of thwacked one and they get their dander up. Then
This Dulcian Council, the entirety of what they do for the entire story is go, I don't know what to do, and they get Brian Cant in.
What we wanted to see here
is Brian Cant, and he goes,
we want to see the Dulcians in episode 5 go right enough and rise and go, okay, we're going to have to fight now.
Yeah. They're not even in episode 5. It's literally there's 4 episodes. This starts in episode 2, so there's 3 episodes in a row of them doing fuck all, and basically consistently going, don't know what to do.
Yeah,
best off not doing anything.
And people going to the council chamber and getting annoyed at them and then going away again.
Yeah. I
mean, the best one for that is Rago, who turns up, gets annoyed, then shoots one of them, and then goes, right, you get it? He's like Gene Hunt.
Gene Hunt, your DCI, and it's 1973, almost dinner time. I'm having oops.
It would be good to have Eccleston kind of facing off against them, though, and doing the whole.
Yes, it would.
You're not doing anything.
Yeah, having a good
you're
rage.
Just standing around. You're fucking Brian Cant. You can do anything. What are you doing? Nothing.
Come on, we're going to start playing away.
Play away, play away.
And it still can be Brian Cant, can't it?
I think it can.
Still going in 2005? Yeah, it probably was. Yeah,
it's going to be done, wasn't it?
Mm.
Brian Cant.
Hey, Brian Cant. Oh, I love Brian.
Tensor's really relaxed and made sense for me.
Yeah.
Well, that guy didn't go anywhere. Tensor,
yeah.
Uh-huh. I'll edit in the laugh.
No, shut up.
One of those kind of Monty Python old ladies
applause. Yeah, totally, yeah. Yeah, right, all right. Baz has got the Saki on tonight.
So in the original version, it's obviously Cully there with Zoe. They kind of explain to Xenex, but he doesn't believe them. It's great when they turn up. They turn up in episode 1, and Balan, everyone accepts that they're aliens, even though they've never seen aliens before. And Balan kind of goes, "Yes, we just accept facts. We don't."
Is it Talata Kando? I like Kando's rationalization to Jamie. I think it's kind of like, well, you're here. We're taught to accept fact. You're here. That's fact.
Yeah.
And I think that's great because that's exactly how you should think.
And then the rest of the story, they don't do that at all. They just say, no, we don't believe you. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So as you say, yes, Cully gets annoyed and they kind of go away again.
So we cut that completely. Or we have it as a meeting on a screen. To establish that Cully is the son of the director, which is an important point.
Well,
and you can make an awful lot more of it.
Cut it down to a couple of scenes, that would probably work.
Yeah, well, just one scene. From the survey base, so that they never have to go to the capital and back again.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the Doctor and Jack have convinced the Dominators. Well, I mean, probably Jack's just shot his way out, but in the original version, they've convinced them that it's not worth killing them. So the Dominators just leave them. They just leave them in the museum.
Yeah.
Well, Jack would try. Let's not do the shooting the way out. Let's have the Doctor kind of going, right, let's be stupid. Let's keep that because it's nice.
It's clever.
Just be completely stupid, Jack, and all that sort of thing, and flapping his ears about and doing a silly kind of hello, good, and all that sort of bit. And then Eccleston's down on himself for doing that. He always thinks that's not a good performance. I think it's great. I think that's the Doctor not being terribly good at acting. That's why I've always read it. The Doctor's not good at putting a brave face on. Ninth Doctor is absolutely straight down the line, honest. You know what they're going to feel. You know what they're feeling.
He is the PTSD Doctor, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's just not good at kind of put a smile on. Hello, and it's a terrible kind of good. There'll be a lot of comedy in this.
Yeah.
And they do eventually persuade them that they're stupid and can be just left alone.
Yeah, they rejoin the students.
I think isn't it important to say that Eccleston kind of convinces them that they're of the clever ones, the ones that built the museum, the gun, and so on. And the Dominators are down with this and kind of go, oh right, there's 2 castes. You're the stupid ones, the clever ones. We have to subjugate instead.
That's right. Yeah, the Dominators kind of accept that whenever they come across one of the actual Dulcians, these are the clever cast. Yeah,
yeah.
They capture the students basically. The students kind of decide to visit them.
Yeah, for reasons.
So
maybe there are two casts of stupid and clever on Dulcian.
Maybe they all seem to be one stupid cast to me, but yeah.
Yeah. The clever ones took one look at the story and went, "No, we're staying on a different part of the island."
Yeah.
So yeah, Rago.
We call it Marinus, and it's a completely different place.
Rago decides that they represent a more intelligent species. So yeah, and this is where we get another cliffhanger coming up, end of episode 2 now, where Cully and Zoe in the original version are the only ones that are still back in the base, and then Toba decides to destroy it with some quarks because he's Toba and that's what he does.
Yeah. He really does as well, though, doesn't he? I mean, he wake up in the morning, sees a bit of dirt on his shoe, and goes, "Quarks, destroy!"
So total destruction.
Yeah. He's really all for it, isn't he?
Oh, he's high paced.
He's
suffering from terrible testosterone poisoning.
Yeah,
except not in this version because it's a lady, so it's not. Yeah,
estrogen poisoning.
Yeah, estrogen poisoning.
Ladies have testosterone as well.
Well, true, but it's not quite the same. I don't know.
I'm just not going to get into these areas.
So, episode 3, it starts in exactly the same way as episode 2. Rago steps in and stops Toba.
Though, of course, let us point out that I'm afraid this is not actually called episode 3, for there is no episode caption. This is just the Dominators.
Okay. Thank you for that fact.
I never noticed that before.
No.
Aye, happened.
Cully and Rose, I guess, in our version, get captured around this point.
Rose isn't doing much, is she? I suppose she's flanging after Cully.
Yeah, I suppose she would be. Yeah,
biting her lip a bit.
Yeah. Cully's genuinely good looking. She's going to be sort of dropping her kicks, and she is.
She may drop her kicks.
Yeah.
Flying back and going, "Dominate me, Cully." He's going, "You've got the wrong guy." Sorry, that's those women over there.
He really goes for men in a leotard and a net curve.
And lots of pleating.
He's not going to be wearing that, is he? I don't know what he's going to be wearing. He's going to be wearing
got a lot of pleating.
Yeah.
What's an alien costume in the noughties? I don't know.
T-shirt.
Yeah, just wears a t-shirt.
They do. There's an annoying amount of them when they bring it back that just wear like t-shirts.
Yeah. T-shirt and jeans. Yeah, basically it. So basically most of them get captured around this point. Rago wants to test the Dulcians' qualities as slaves. So he makes them all work at the drilling site. He's got about 5 of them at this point. Mm-hmm. And this is the point where the Doctor and Jack kind of come back. In the original version, they're in the capsule. They're coming back from seeing the council.
Mm-hmm.
Happened. And then they have to...
They divert.
There's a bit of comedy business with some wires, and they crash the capsule short. So they're free. They can sort of move around. You notice that Trouton's not on location for this story. Whenever you see the
Doctor, he's not, is he?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And the moment you see it, it's really obvious.
Yeah.
He doesn't stand. He doesn't move like Trouton.
No, he's completely different. Yeah. Just got some
he's a lot younger.
He does look a lot younger. He's just standing there with his hands over his face or in a slightly shot, and it's clearly not him. I mean, it's obviously Fraser Hines is there, but not Trouton.
Yeah. Is that because Trouton's having a holiday?
Well, I mean, they used to do that bit in kind of the weekend in between.
I know, incredibly.
Between episodes. So, I mean, poor old Fraser probably was working like a 13-day week.
He'd been working until 10 o'clock the night before.
Yeah.
Whatever, within space, and then you go. It is incredible work, though. I mean, it really is astonishing.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did it. That they got anything made at all is miraculous.
Yeah. And there's quite a bit of location stuff here with Jamie and Cully mostly.
There must have been good spending. There must have been quite good producers for spending to have enough left over for the last story of the season to go out on location so much. The last story of the block.
It's not quite the last story of the block, because they made the Mind Robber after this.
Did they really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought the Mind Robber was the first one of the... Oh, right.
No, they went straight into the Mind Robber. Yeah. No. That's why Trouton was like saying, "No, I've had enough."
Yeah.
They cut the episodes down to 20 minutes, because
you can understand. I mean, he's got a lot of lines every episode.
Yeah, he's back to walk. Yeah.
Doctor always has. I suppose that's why it's called Doctor Who. But it's the schedule must have been. Trouton said it was killing. Derek Sherwin said Trout was just getting really, really annoyed because he was exhausted.
Yeah.
And you can totally buy it.
I broke with the wankers.
Yeah, so the prisoners basically they get worked to exhaustion. And Cully's the one that kind of sneaks away. He picks up a laser, and then Jack stops him. And then the doctor gets captured and taken with the others. And Toba's at it again. Toba's attacking the museum.
Yeah.
But Jack fires back and destroys a quark.
And then Toba really starts raging.
He really starts raging.
Yeah, then he's gone. Then he's
Don't touch his quarks.
He's just completely
do not touch his quarks.
No.
You'll have you.
You'll have you. You get into a fight with a fucker. You know, leave his quarks alone.
Look at his shoulders.
Those things are sensitive.
I wonder if they are. I wonder if Dominators got shoulders shaped like that underneath. I wonder what their species name is.
They kind of take that jacket off and they just got like a...
they've got kind of...
They look like a Vogon underneath.
Hunches. Yeah.
Do you want to calm one down? Just sort of stroke the shoulders, just...
Like Umox on a Ferengi.
Yeah, just settle it.
Yeah, it's just stroke the shoulders there.
Yeah.
You don't need to dominate anymore. Relax.
No, that's it. Yeah, calm down.
Maybe they're like camel's humps. Maybe they contain like fatty blubber.
True.
I can imagine after a hard day's dominating, they go and get a massage, and they go, I'm very tense around the shoulder blubber.
Chunks.
For a little bit, massagers they go for a little bit extra. I'll do your shoulders. Yes.
yes.
Go for the big finish.
Dominate me.
Oh, the home life of the Dominators. We can only speculate.
Yes.
I love these species where we only see them once, like the Sensorites or the Dominators would. You can build an entire universe about what their world actually is.
Yeah. So
what does Yartek do in the evening?
Yeah. How'd they design a Dominator cinema? Everyone's looking like this through a tiny gap.
Good point.
Shoulders,
That's why they have them then, so they can also just sit back and rest, like those pillows you get for planes.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just to try and make them look big. To make them look more
it really is to make them look big and dominating, but
maybe they're by nature a very weedy species. So they just have this like massive thing.
Put my shoulders on, leave me alone.
Look, I am big. Right. See how big I am.
That's where they do their eyes. They're there every morning with a mascara, just make themselves look butch,
Now
I'm ready to dominate.
Yeah, the mascara. And when you look at Ronald Allen, he looks completely different to how he looks in The Masters of Death.
Sure.
Less than a year later.
Yeah.
The makeup just really makes a difference.
Yeah.
It's very,
dominating.
They have their eyeliner on, don't they?
Got to have a bit of eyeliner, a bit of lippy.
Yeah.
This is the Doctor. Present by the High Council Time Keeper of the legacy of Rassilon. Defender of the laws of time. Protector of Gallifrey.
It's getting repetitive, but basically, the building's been blown up again by Toba. Episode 4 is the one where I kind of stopped writing stuff, really.
Isn't episode 4 where they have in the beginning of it, Rhaego and Toba have this really good altercation for about 5 minutes?
Probably, yeah.
Where eventually kind of, I love Ronald Allen. He's just really kind of, it's almost like he wants to, bring it, Toba.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I'll show you what I call a fucking Dominator. Quarks. And he just brings the quarks in, and Toba goes, "Yeah, all right, command accepted." And Rhaego's just basically standing there going, "That's why we're called Dominators, baby. I am the Dominator."
Suck it, bitch.
Yeah,
you're my bitch.
Yeah,
get out there,
my bitch. See that quark? He's more important than you.
Probationer.
You know what I'm going to do next year? I'm going to run a motel.
And then I'm going to sit in a control room and I'm going to do exercise.
I'm going to sit in the control room and yeah. I'll probe 7 and stuff. You don't. You've done one episode of Adam Adamant and that's the only thing. Which is the only other thing I've seen Kenneth Ives in. I believe he is in other stuff, but I've only ever seen him in Adam Adamant, where he does a great bit of fear acting.
So as you say, they have a bit of a confrontation here. episode 4 was really kind of treading water, but basically there's kind of.
I mean, much not of the story, much I think there's a lot going for it. It is at least an episode too long.
Yeah. This is the bit where,
and it was going to be
was it originally 6? Yeah,
yes.
they could have done 5. They should have done like
I get the sense there's quite a lot in episode 5. I get the sense they just condensed episodes 5 and 6, and that's it. Probably why the Dulcian Council disappears.
Possibly also why episode 4 treads water.
Yeah,
they should have stuck some of it in episode 4.
I think they were making episode 4 and Derek Sherwood said,
probably it was on set. They'd been learned by the cast.
Yeah,
that would kind of mutiny if they changed the script at that point. Yeah.
I suspect that's how it went down. So there's stuff here. There's quite a lot of stuff on location with Jamie and Cully running around. They're kind of.
They start blowing up quarks. Don't they?
They start blowing up quarks. They're trying to wear down the quarks, break them, destroy them, drop rocks on them.
It's going to be more tricky with floaty ones.
Yeah.
I suspect we're not going to be doing
Jack
a lot of
would have more.
Most of this isn't going to be in it.
Yeah, Jack will be getting his laser out of his bottom and taking out quarks.
Yeah.
Like he takes out Trini and Susanna.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rose is doing fuck all, isn't she? I mean, Rose has got a really weak part in this.
Yeah, I thought we might need
quite so bad when it's Zoe, but with its Rose, it really shows.
Yeah, I mean, she's one of the prisoners at this point. Yeah, they're all just prisoning on. Yeah,
she's going to be sort of whipping up the Dulcians into a frenzy. Well, I say a frenzy, the Dulcians then into a mild froth. Yeah, into a kind of cappuccino. Yeah. Not actually advancing the plot at all.
No, surprisingly.
There'd be some fantastic extra work there, wouldn't there? The Dulcians being whipped up into a frenzy.
There would.
Shall we fight? Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
Good.
Right.
So, this is where the underground shelter. I quite like the underground shelter, but they kind of find an underground shelter, which was under this building that got blown up. So that's where, that's where Jack and Cully are.
Yeah.
And so, they run out of there, they fight some quarks and they hide again. That's basically what they're about. And while the Dominators are distracted, this is where the Doctor and Rose, because they've been captured, they're on the spaceship and they kind of investigate the power.
Oh, yeah, they're looking at the radiation sucker.
That's what they're doing, yeah. And they're going, this sucks radiation, this. Aha.
Yeah.
You see the radiation that got sucked.
Mm-hmm. We don't need any of this, do we? We could have the Doctor doing this at a glance when he's in prison with Jack in episode 2 and kind of going, oh, look, we've got a radiation sucker.
Basically, yeah. I mean,
you know what that does? Sucks radiation.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
He'd know it immediately, wouldn't he? Get his sonic out. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
There I go.
Excuse me, do you mind not farting while I'm saving the world?
Would you rather silent but deadly?
So this is the bit in the original version, at least. Argo's going to the capital. He kills Spencer, Brian Kent.
Yeah. Who in episode 4 has turned up and kind of gone, we can't do anything. Sorry, I know I'm the special committee about doing things, but fuck it, we can't.
Yeah, we can't.
We're going to have to fight, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, what would be nice, like I was saying before, ideally you want to see the Dulcians rise up in episode 5 and actually help the Doctor and mount a resistance against them, rather than just Cully.
Maybe the Dulcians are a bit like the crew of the B arc, where they kind of go, so are you ready for war? Well, we've designed the uniforms.
Yeah. What colour should they be? Yeah, they really are, aren't they? Yeah, they're very B arc people, which is a nice concept, but it doesn't work terribly well in actual drama.
No, it doesn't drive any plot. Yeah.
The only one who stands up about things is Cully. Tenser says things. Tenser says, look, we're going to have to fight. That's an option.
Yeah.
And they all go, oh, consternation, uproar. Well, the Dulcians kind of go, oh, no, mild distress.
Oh, no.
So if they came in and killed Senex at this point, if Rago comes in with his quark and kills the leader, which makes sense.
Yeah.
So a Dominator isn't going to waste time on Tensor. He's just going to go straight to Senex and kill him.
Well, why doesn't he just sort of nuke them from orbit? Or just fire a missile, destroy the capital, go right?
Because they want slaves.
Well, they do want slaves, yeah, I suppose, yeah.
And if you're going to subjugate a planet, you want to subjugate their ruling caste first, so they do all the hard work for you, and you just cream off the slaveryness.
Yeah, that's true.
Slaveryness. Word.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cream off the slaves. Yeah.
Yep.
Get the slave queen. Yeah.
I'd have stuck with slaveryness, but you want to go with slave queen? That's fine.
What's wrong with slave queen?
Ideologically? Don't salve.
So yeah, Toba. Meanwhile, he's annoyed at losing his quarks. He's hunting Jack at this point. He wants to kill him. And he begins, or probably well, I should say, she really begins to lose it. Yeah.
Have you ever cast Toba?
I think the closest we got was Joanna Page. I think that's about
right.
Yeah. Yeah. We haven't really cast any of these Dulcians either, have we?
We haven't cast any of the Dulcians. That's exciting. Apart from Cully, yeah.
He kills, or she kills Balon at this point.
Yeah.
So we're going to miss him. And then,
he was so well played by whoever played him.
And of course, the Doctor's next.
Yeah.
But then, episode 5, the original version, as usual, starts with Rago coming in, stopping Toba.
Yeah, as usual. It really is routine, isn't it?
Yes. Basically, Rago's like, no, stop this. Stop chasing Jack all over the island. We're going to focus on what we're here to do. We're going to drill these damn holes. We're coming to drill some holes.
Battery left. Come on.
Yeah. Let's drill.
Put yourself together.
Drill the damn holes.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
That drill's a bit shit, isn't it? I mean, it hasn't got its own power. It needs quark power.
Yeah.
Honestly, just get a Jenny, plug it in, job. Save your quarks.
Dominator design. What's it about?
Plug it into your ship, maybe? Maybe that's got a power supply. Well, we know it has. It sucked up the radiation. You've got loads of power in your ship.
Yeah.
They've got a real power problem, haven't they? Their quarks are low power.
Quarks not have USB or something. Can you not just plug a quark in when it runs out?
Maybe that's why they try and make themselves look so big to sort of,
the quarks are shit.
Make up for their power dysfunction.
It's an inadequacy thing.
Yes.
Yeah. That's it.
Electrical dysfunction.
What it is, yeah.
Recharge your force units.
Stroke the shoulders and, there's nothing going on anywhere else.
When I become really rich and can start making fan videos for the fun of it, I'm totally doing the home life of the Dominators. We're going to have those massive flesh shoulders on them. They're going to have their camel humps.
Yeah.
The fur at the top, maybe.
Oh, you think they're really furry? Oh.
I think they've got a bit of fur at the top.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Stroke a hump.
Right.
Stroke a hump. It's all good.
Yeah, that's horrific.
Yes, it is. Didn't say it was nice.
I think what happens is the prisoners get rescued at this point. I think Jack rescues them, and yeah.
It was just he pushes the quark over, and it's kind of lying there going.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and they drag them back into their kind of underground room that they've got. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, the quarks. If you can just push a quark over, I mean,
and then
it flies there without being able to self-right.
Yeah.
That
you're not great. The battery power's terrible.
Great robot.
Yeah.
You're not going to dominate with that, mate. You're
no.
You're going to amuse. You should be called the Amusers.
So yeah, it's the same old story. Toba wants to pursue them, but Vargo's like, no, drilling.
Yeah, drill the fucking holes. Fleet needles on my back, all right? The humps hurt. The quarks are knackered. Do it.
Plus, at the same time, the Dominator sphere has determined that the Dulcians won't make good slaves.
We're calling it that now.
Yeah.
That's time ram cannon. They call it the Dominator sphere.
Yeah.
Is that near the Scent sphere?
I think it's adjacent.
It's a region of space where they don't call them planets, they call them spheres. That makes sense, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's just a word.
Yeah, it'd be good to see their message from their home planet just kind of going, what the fuck are you doing down there? We said you to drill a hole.
Drill a fucking hole.
Yeah.
You've been 5 episodes.
But you barely started. What you been up to?
Is the Dominator on the screen got like 2 little balls on the shoulders like that, like style spots?
Yeah.
Exactly the same costume, but
Or he's got a really massive hub that just
a huge, way up behind his neck.
Like 4 foot in the air.
Wow, 4-foot hump. Imagine the size of his. Yeah,
the Alpha Dominator.
Yeah. The Alpha Dominator. Great.
That sounds awful.
Yes, it does.
Better than the Beta Dominator. That's got...
Yeah, the Beta Dominator, which doesn't work, does it?
No, it's rubbish.
Contradiction.
I will dominate you slightly.
Yes. I'm going to dominate you now very hard. Now, don't you go away. I may have no quarks, but I'm still dominating you. Do you have shoulder herbs? No, I don't think you do.
This is why Toba's so angry about being a probationer, isn't it?
He's so angry. Yeah, so angry.
Yeah.
Not allowed to dominate.
Yeah.
No, I dominate you. No.
Yeah. So he kicks down. Yeah, Rago dominates him, and he goes and kicks some Dulcians around the ship for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And goes back and gets dominated some more.
Yeah. Because always got his quarks. You know, he's happy with
Isn't
it.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Basically, every time he's being told off, he wants to go and destroy something and explains the entire story. That's completely.
Yeah, it's very Freudian, isn't it? Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Get your guns out. Yeah.
It almost makes sense of the repeated episode endings of kind of quark destroyed. No, you can't. Fucking I'll dominate you one day. I fucking will. You're not big enough. Fire!
In the end, he's just gonna. In the end, he's just gonna explode.
It's disintegrate. Yeah. Completely furious. Yeah. The vein throbbing in his head.
Yes.
Let me dominate. No. Are you dominating me? Yes.
I'm the Doctor. This is Rose Tyler. She's my +1. Is that all right?
Anyway, so the original plan was they were going to take some Dulcians as slaves. They decided not to bother. They're just going to blow up the planet.
Yeah, Fleet Leader kind of goes, no, the Dulcians are shit.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, yeah, Fleet Leader, we all knew that.
Yeah.
Well done.
Look at the bloody
He's cut through the shit in 5 seconds flat as Fleet Leader.
Oh, yeah,
Take one look and go, nah. Go on.
Yeah.
Not good.
He's dominating downwards, isn't he? It's just,
kick down.
Rago, no.
Yeah. You're going to go blow things up with sparks. I can't because I'm the Dominator, damn it. They're a really angry society, aren't they?
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean, nowadays you could view it as basically just an analysis of male toxicity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you really could, couldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the patriarchy. Yeah.
It really is. It really is. Yeah.
So, yeah, they're going to drop this atomic seed device down the hole. They're going to blow up the planet, turn it into radioactive slag. That's the plan.
Yeah.
So,
a radioactive slag.
Radioactive slag. That's the only kind of slag.
Radioactive slag.
Drop your seed device.
They're going to drop their seed device down the hole, but the Doctor gets a really clever plan. He's going to dig another hole to the hole, catch it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
This would be a mad running around moment. That'd be that moment of kind of like, all right, everything, all hands to the pumps that Eccleston's really good at.
Yeah.
Well, Eccleston's really good at everything, but yeah.
They probably want to do it a bit quicker. Maybe Jack gets his laser out and burns straight through to the hole, because otherwise it's quite a long period of them going, yeah, we're still digging.
Yes.
More, which is not.
This would be a countdown. This would be literally, they've just finished. They're just moving the drill off.
Yeah.
Absolutely going, have you done your hole yet? Oh, well done.
Yes.
And literally it's kind of like, right now, do it now. Well, this whole planet's going to burn.
Exactly. Yeah. Really get some tension with the countdown. Yeah. So it's nice. You see, the Doctor uses his sonic to start the hole, which is quite fun.
Sonic screwdriver.
Yes.
Sarah, and sonic screwdriver. Just saying. You can indulge in baby talk if you wish.
If it's Eccleston, though, isn't it just the Sonic, or is it?
I couldn't tell you. Can't be depends on this.
So yeah, we can probably lose a lot of the stuff. There's lots of stuff with Cully and Jamie running around, trying to delay them, making bombs and chucking them around.
I like the stuff of the Doctor making bombs out of food parcels and things. That's fun.
Yeah.
But we ain't got time for it.
Yeah, just haven't got time for it. Yeah. So basically, what they do is they catch the bomb. They stop the bomb going down the hole. So there's a localized explosion,
but it's sealed.
Yeah. But the Doctor's got
this localized explosion.
Eh?
You're jumping ahead for your localized explosion.
I am a little bit, yeah, because the Doctor's got this bomb.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
He's got the bomb. So yeah, the Doctor's double runs across this location.
Yeah.
And basically just pops the bomb inside the door of the Dominator spaceship as it's about to take off.
Yeah, it sticks it in the lift as it's going up.
Sticks it in the lift, just pops it in.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's a nice, simple solution.
Yeah. So that's basically it, isn't it? Yeah, they kind of send the others to safety. They kind of get in the capsule, fuck off the island.
Yeah.
And then, the Dominators blow up in space.
Yeah. You should have the Dominators kind of realizing at the last moment that the bomb is on there.
Yeah.
And Rago just sort of turns to Tober and goes, "You're fucking useless."
Yeah.
And then it blows up. Just one last, you're not going to go to your death actually thinking or anything.
Yeah, just put them down for one last time, yeah.
Dominating to the very end. True spirit of
domination.
Either that or he just hits him.
Twat.
You, plonker.
Yeah.
So certainly in the original version, this is where the island explodes as well, and turns into a volcano, which obviously will lead into the mind robber. It's probably not happening this time, but that's the original story ends.
Well, they did have some cliffhangers between stories in the Eccleston era.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But we don't know what we're getting next.
We don't know what we're getting next, so no.
Unless we say whatever we get next starts with a volcano.
So I think it all just goes volcano and then runs to TARDIS and dematerialize, and it's all exciting. Yeah. Volcano Day.
Enspringment.
It would be completely different.
Completely different.
Yeah.
It would probably be better.
I think it'd probably be completely different to what we've just described, to be fair. But,
yes.
I think RTD
I don't even make it. You wouldn't make a story called Dominators in the 2006s.
Yeah. We need another 3 drafts, please.
Without leaning heavily into the whole BDSM subtext of the name.
Yeah. Well, obviously, that's mainly what the story's about, isn't it? The BDSM. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hazeman and Lincoln known for it. I don't think I'd like it as much, though. Because I do like the original. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
The Dominators was the first story I ever got pirated. It was the one I wanted to see most.
That was the one you wanted to see most?
Yeah. Well, it looked really interesting in photos.
I wanted to see the War Games. That's the one I wanted to see. Not so much.
We had to pay 50 pence an episode. The War Games was twice the price.
Fair. Yeah.
But yeah, so I got the Dominators.
Did we decide what story it was replacing? Or?
No, we didn't.
I would imagine it. I mean, if it's Jack's in it, it's somewhere around Bad Wolf.
Yeah.
That's the finale 2 parts. So does that mean that the next, following the Dominators, somehow that carries on to the next story, and that's generation?
Not necessarily. I'm kind of.
I'd put it where the long game is actually.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I think it'll be a middle season story.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. The only other Eccleston one we've done was Fugitive of the Jadoon, wasn't it?
It was, and again, we didn't really specify where it went.
No.
Mid-season. So maybe this is immediately after that. I don't know.
I mean, apart from McGann, we have this is the shortest run of any Doctor we've got.
Yeah.
And of course, McGann's got his entire spin-off series. He's got the Leaky Bible, which Eccleston hasn't. So
we might end up having Eccleston around for a couple of seasons.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
Will he ever find his father?
Eccleston?
No.
We'll have to have a reference to that in the first Eccleston episode, kind of going, I never found my father. Oh, well. Look at the ears.
That's why he's got PTSD.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he did meet his father, he turned out to be an absolute bastard who destroyed Gallifrey. Something like that. But that's fine. We can bring it back, and that's what triggers the regeneration. Yeah. So Shatner kills McGann.
Yeah.
And McGann becomes Eccleston.
Spoilers.
In our wonderfully unbroken series. Yeah. Well, hey, that was the Dominators. I thought Helen Mirren was very good as Rago.
Yes.
She did. She wore the shoulders well.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could have believed she had furry herbs underneath them. And I like thinking about Helen Mirren's furry humps. So,
would they give Helen Mirren furry humps? I'm not sure they would.
So I'm going to think about them anyway. Probably not. No. They give them a more dominatory costume, I suppose.
Yeah.
What they dress them as.
I don't know.
Cardassians, maybe a bit like Cardassians, something sort of rubbery things going on.
Yeah.
Do it with makeup rather than costume.
Mm-hmm.
So they're built up sort of shoulders and neck bits are actually there rather than just foam with vinyl on them.
Yes.
And the floating Toclafane quarks, that'll be absolutely what they do, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't do much with them either, did we? I suppose that, they'll be around.
No.
Well, once we decided they were floating Toclafane quarks, that what else is there to do? They perform the same function.
Yeah.
They're more expensive to realise, I suppose.
Yeah. I guess.
They're less reliant on schoolboys. And that's always a good thing. As someone should tell the Catholic Church and the royal family. So.
Are you rolling?
I am. Okay. Our doctor will be Paul McGann.
Oh, speaking of the devil.
Indeed. Our story 33.
33. It's Moonbase. We've got
the Moonbase. Oh, bloody hell, we'll do it again then. 139.
139, interesting. Okay. 139 is okay. The Mark of the Rami.
Oh, I can see that.
World
hard.
Looks funny, don't he?
Hey.
Oh yeah, that's what the entire next episode's going to be like, isn't it?
Yes.
It's Paul doing Geordie impressions, which Paul isn't actually allowed to do because he's from Sunderland.
Which you shouldn't need to do, to be fair. So
I shall do them. Otherwise, it's cultural appropriation.
Well, then me. Can I do?
No, you cannot. You cannot. How dare you? Good Lord, man. Let's get some sense of propriety here. Cambridge? Hold hard.
I can't do a Cambridge accent, saying.
Well, I can't do a Geordie one, so hey, great.
You could do a sort of pre-title thing, a bit like the one we did with John, with us doing terrible American accents. With me and Baz going, I'm a Geordie.
Hold hard.
These people are not real Geordies, of course. You do understand.
I am a Geordie.
I am a Geordie.
Hello, we're Geordies.
Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go and do the tune.
Have a tour.
Have a extremely raggy evening. For I am a raggy bastard. Lake.
Excellent.
Good. That's a really easy bit for me the next episode then. Right, who's the doctor again? Sorry, I've forgotten.
It's McGann.
McGann,
yeah.
So it's probably not going to be in Killingworth at all. It's probably going to be.
It's not, is it? It's going to be America.
It's going to be the railroad.
The railroad.
Yeah.
Hey, hold hard, man. No, don't do those American accents, thank you.
Talks funny, don't he? Hold hard. This is hard enough.
And Milo Clancy's like, hold
hard.
Talks funny, don't he, lad?
Yes, so that was Time Ram. Join us again next time for Paul McGann in Mark of the Rani. So until then, all that remains is for me to thank Barry Williams.
You're welcome.
And Rupert Booth.
Goodbye.
You've been listening to Time Ram. We'd like to thank Ben Jones for our music. You can follow us on Twitter. Hoop is at Rupert Booth. I'm at Paul38 and Baz is at Baz Time Ram. We've also got a website, timeram.com, where you can search for us, Time Ram Podcast, on Facebook. And if you want to support the program, you can get access to additional material by subscribing to Time Ram Podcast on Patreon. Join us again next time for more of this insanity.
This Steph Coburn thing has kind of gained traction amongst people. I've been hearing people that aren't particularly fans going, "Well, I've heard there's terrible things happening in the world of Doctor Who."
He's incredible, isn't he? He's incredible. I mean, I tell every day what the latest Steph Coburn thing is, and I swear sometimes he thinks I'm making it up to take piss out of him. Today's one, the moon isn't real. And you just looked at me like, no, seriously, check it out for yourself. This is what he's saying. Remember the true stories? That thing I did years and years and years ago that started out with, is the moon actually real? Yeah. Kind of taking the piss out of conspiracy theory. That's fucking, well, there we are then.
This is the problem.
Steph Coburn exists. I didn't realise.
This is the problem the BBC have got, is you can't negotiate with someone who's so detached from reality. He's just...
I thought he was fucked up and angry and all that sort of bit, but this is proper kind of, I have no idea how you go near moon isn't real.
Yeah.
And football stadiums suck your energy out and sends to Satan, who presumably lives inside the moon. I don't know.
I've heard people saying the moon landing isn't real. Fair enough, but the moon isn't real. I mean, you can look
the whole moon landing bit not being real is a bit problematic in light of all the probes that have taken pictures of the remnants on the surface of the moon. That'd be really hard to do otherwise.
I wonder if there's anybody who believes in the moon landing but doesn't believe in the moon.
Ooh,
that little thing.
They landed, but what did they land on?
Oh, what are they keeping from us?
Yes,
what did they really land on?
Big egg.
Not a fan. Never happy. Never will be.
No.
Well, I noticed Steph said something like that. Steph something like, "Oh, I always feel like an alien on your planet," and all that sort of thing. And I just thought, maybe I'll just lay off that one a bit then. Because that's genuinely how I've genuinely felt. But then Steph Coburn's saying it, then hi, I'm human. I'm practically a jock. I wake up holding hard.
Yes.
Direction point! Direction point!
A Doctor Who podcast network.